Hello students and welcome back. So this is my first video on competency-based questions. I'm sure they're going to be very helpful for you and we're going to be picking up the chapter A Letter to God in this video. And this is the first chapter of the book First Flight. So let's get going. So students, before we begin with the questions, I want you to see the CBSE notification for competency-based questions, which was released on the 6th of April 2023 in a circular, and I've given the circular number for your reference. You could go on CBSE's website and read the entire circular, which is going to be very useful for your preparation. If you see in the year 22-23, there were 40% of competency-based questions in the form of multiple choice questions, case-based and source-based. But in the session 23-24, CBSE has increased this to 50%. So this makes it very important that we do the competency-based questions very nicely. So students, let's look at the first question, which is for 40 to 50 words. How does Lencho's unwavering faith in God influence the entire story? So the first thing that we must do when we read a question is understand it nicely. Once you have understood a question nicely, you will be able to answer it correctly. Whereas if a question is misunderstood, no matter how well you write, it's going to be of no use. So over here, the question is talking about the strong faith of Lencho in God and how this strong faith has driven the entire story, has influenced the entire story. So basically, the question is on faith, Lencho's faith. So let's look at the answer now. Lencho's unwavering faith in God serves as the catalyst for the story's events. His profound belief not only compels him to write the letter, but also shapes the narrative's emotional tone. It underscores the theme that faith can move people to take extraordinary actions, and that even those who initially lack belief can deeply be affected by the sincerity of another's faith. This stark contrast between Lencho's faith and the postman's skepticism drives the narrative's central conflict and resolution, making it pivotal. So pivotal is important element in the story's development. So over here, faith is something that is driving everything. Whether the postmaster came and helped Lencho, then also it was his faith only that made him do it. Whether Lencho wrote the letter, that was also because of the faith. So the answer revolves around Lencho's faith. Question 2, again for 40 to 50 words. Explore the symbolism of hailstorm in the story. What does it represent? So generally students, these writers, poets, etc. use a lot of literary devices, out of which symbolism is one of them. And what is symbolism? That means the hailstorm is actually trying to denote something else, a bigger thing in life, a larger thing in life. And if you see, hailstorm is the thing that brought the entire devastation, entire problem to Lencho's family. And therefore, hailstorm also represents, symbolizes all the harsh realities of an individual's life that you and I face, the sadness that we face, the entire communities face. Therefore, the answer is going to revolve around the symbolism of hailstorm, how it brought the challenging days in Lencho's life and what it symbolizes. Let's read the answer. The hailstorm in the story symbolizes the unpredictability of life's challenges, often beyond one's control. It represents the harsh realities that individuals and communities face when unexpected adversities, that is problems, strike, threatening their livelihoods. In a sense, that means in totality, the hailstorm becomes a metaphor for life's trials, illustrating how faith can emerge as a guiding light during the darkest of times. The next question, discuss the postman's transformation throughout the story. How does his perspective on faith and humanity change? So over here, the postman that we are talking about is the postmaster, because he becomes the main character after Lencho, because he's the one who's helped Lencho. And what transformation he's undergone is that earlier he did not have faith, and how the faith of Lencho moved him to help Lencho collect the money and give it to Lencho for a good cause. And this also shows that how somebody else's faith, over here Lencho's faith, has changed somebody else. And who is that somebody else? The postmaster. Let's read the answer. The postman's transformation is a testament to the profound, that is serious, impact of Lencho's faith on his perspective. After reading the letter, the postman undergoes a subtle shift, realizing that faith can inspire acts of compassion and that kindness transcends personal beliefs. His decision to help Lencho anonymously, that is secretly, demonstrates his newfound understanding of the significance of faith in connecting humanity, regardless of individual beliefs, and highlights the story's central message of the transformative power of faith and empathy. That means faith can change people. Even empathy can change people. What is empathy? When you feel for the others. And who was feeling over here for somebody else? The postmaster was feeling for Lencho. Let's go to another question. Reflect on the story's title, A Letter to God. How does it encapsulate the central theme and message of the story? So here we are going to be talking about in the answer the importance and the relevance of the title. The title is A Letter to God, and how is it relevant or correct or suitable to the story? How does it bring in, totally encapsulate, envelop the entire central theme and message of the story in the title only? So students, I must mention over here that I've put this question for a 40 to 50 words question, but this can come as a 100 to 120 words question as well. If you need the answer for that, write in the chat box and I'll give you the answer, as long as 120 words too. The title, A Letter to God, encapsulates the story's central theme of faith and the intrinsic human need for hope and divine intervention in times of adversity. It underscores how faith in something greater than oneself can lead to unexpected acts of kindness and unity among people, emphasizing the story's message that faith can bridge gaps and inspire compassion in the face of life's challenges. So what does the answer say? That if there is faith in human beings, there is going to be some help that's going to come in the forms of some human or somebody, but from the greater self, from God, there's going to be some act of kindness that's going to come, which is going to unite people to help others. Let's go to the next question. We are going to be starting with the longer questions now. You'll be required to write for 120 words in these. So the first question is, analyze the irony in Lencho's second letter. How does it contribute to the story's message? We need to first understand the meaning of the word irony. So what is irony over here? Who is the one who's helped Lencho throughout? The postmaster. And what does he write in the second letter? He writes to God that when you send the next money, that is the 30 pesos that are remaining, do not send them through the post office, through these postmaster and his men, because they are a bunch of crooks. And bunch of crooks means they are the one who had stolen the 30 pesos earlier. So the irony over here means that somebody who had helped is supposedly being called the culprit. So that's the irony, because Lencho is not aware. Let's look at the answer. The irony in Lencho's second letter serves as a poignant commentary. Poignant is serious. On the depth of his faith and its juxtaposition with the story's central message. Lencho genuinely believes that the first envelope containing 70 pesos came from God, a testament to his unwavering faith. His request for the additional 30 pesos to make up the initial 100 pesos he needed showcases his sincere belief in divine intervention. However, the irony lies in the source of the money. While Lencho attributes it to God, the reality is that the compassionate postman, deeply moved by Lencho's faith, provided the financial assistance anonymously. Anonymously is secretly. This contrast underscores the story's central message that faith, regardless of its source or accuracy, has the power to inspire acts of kindness and compassion in others. It showcases the unexpected ways in which faith can influence human behavior and foster connections even when the beliefs themselves may differ. In a sense, that is in totality, to summarize, the irony in Lencho's second letter adds the depth to the story's exploration of faith, emphasizing that faith's impact goes beyond its theological correctness. It highlights the universal human capacity for empathy and potential for acts of kindness to bridge gaps and unite people, reinforcing the story's timeless message about transformative power of belief and compassion. So this is the story's message. You must know the last line. It's very important. Let's look at another question. Analyze the significance of Lencho's insistence on the exact amount of money in his letter. What does this reveal about his character and faith? So what is the meaning of the question? Lencho needed 100 pesos. God sent him 70 pesos. That's what he believes. He does not know about the postmaster. But he again writes a letter saying, send me the rest of the 30 pesos. So he is insisting that I require the exact amount of money. So what does this reveal about his character? So let's look at the answer, students. Lencho's insistence on the precise amount of money in his letter carries profound significance in the story, A Letter to God. It speaks volumes about his character and the unwavering nature of his faith. Lencho's unwavering belief that God would provide exactly 100 pesos, not a penny less, showcases his profound trust in divine intervention. This insistence reflects his sincere conviction, belief that God's assistance should be specific, demonstrating the depth of his faith and his unyielding belief. Unyielding is not giving up. Unyielding belief in a divine order that operates with precision. Moreover, Lencho's determination to receive the exact amount reveals his character as a man of strong principles and unwavering resolve. He is unapologetically forthright in his expectations from God, reflecting his honesty and directness. This insistence underscores his resilience in the face of adversity, that is problems, as he remains committed to his conviction that God will deliver as he believes. Lencho's character emerges as one defined by faith, honesty, and unwavering determination, qualities that serve as a driving force in the story, that is the narrative. In a broader context, Lencho's insistence on precision aligns with the story's overarching theme of faith and its transformative power. It emphasizes that faith is not a passive belief, but an active force that guides one's actions and expectations. In Lencho's case, his faith influences the content of his letter and ultimately the actions of those who encounter it. This insistence serves as a poignant reminder of the profound impact of faith on an individual's character and the unexpected ways in which it can shape their interactions with the world around them. Imagine you are writing a dialogue between Lencho and the postman after Lencho receives the second letter. Write a conversation that reflects Lencho's continued faith and the postman's realization about the source of the money. Use their words to convey their emotions and thoughts. So what kind of a question is this? This is a writing-based question. So you can get a dialogue-based question, an article writing, a thank you note, an apology note, a report, a speech, anything to write based on a literature chapter, and you should be prepared for it. In my upcoming videos, I'll try and cover most of the writing tasks under literature. So first one that we are doing today is dialogue writing, and it's a dialogue between Lencho and the postman. The question gives us the exact scene. So Lencho has received the second letter and he writes the conversation that reflects that when Lencho and the postman talk to each other. So let's see that. Lencho: Postman, you won't believe it. God has truly blessed us. He sent the remaining 30 pesos I needed. I knew he wouldn't let us down. Postman, touched: Lencho, I'm glad to see your faith is so strong. But you see, I have to tell you something. It wasn't God who sent the money. What do you mean? Who else could it be? It was me, Lencho. I read your first letter and I couldn't ignore your faith and desperation. I wanted to help you, so I anonymously gave you the money. You? Postman? But why? Your faith moved me, Lencho. It made me realize the power of belief and compassion. I wanted to be a part of your miracle. Postman, you have a good heart. You may not have faith in God, but you have faith in humanity. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. This dialogue reflects Lencho's unwavering faith and the postman's realization about the source of the money, showcasing the impact of faith and compassion on their interaction. So students, that brings us to the end of competency-based questions. I hope you enjoyed and learned as much as I did. I'll see you in my next video. Until then, bye-bye.